general. Our business is about making other people's solutions, printing solutions, better.
I think to describe the Fiery VUE technology is pretty simple. It's what you see is what you get.
The Fiery VUE is a really innovative application which allows users to actually see the document as it will be when it comes out of the printer. They can explore it, they can turn pages, and they can actually see it in 3 dimensions.
Ultimately, Fiery VUE is going to be successful because it makes sense. It's one of those products that is just very intuitive, very obvious. I mentioned previously that there's been a tremendous amount of involvement of the applications on the creation side that Office users have access to. Everything from Microsoft Office to some of the other suite of applications. When you look at the print side, it pretty much is the same way it's been for a number of years. Fiery VUE kind of turns that upside down. It takes what users are used to using, things that are very visual, immediate feedback, want to be able to do something right now, and it takes that and makes it possible within the printing world. And today you really can't do that.
Fiery VUE is a very easy to use software that sits on my computer and basically allows me to have a window into the printer, basically preview documents before I send them to the printer, assembly documents before I send them to the printer, and let me have control over what that final printout will look like before I even move from my desk, which is great.
So I think there's a lot of solutions out there. A lot of them are driver based and try to give this type of information to the user to be able to get them to do that. What I think helps Fiery VUE stand apart is it's well integrated with Microsoft Office, and it's very visual.
Fiery VUE has been a great tool for me to speed up the process of compiling the different documents. Now, instead of having to open each file in its native application, saving as a PDF, then bringing all the documents together and saving as a new document, now I'm just bringing them all as their native formats into the Fiery VUE, and I'm able to create the same output in much less time.
Technology becomes more and more complicated in nowadays, and I think one of the reasons for that is that features are often being added just for the sake of having more functionality in the product. I think what a lot of manufacturers lack is to really make those features easily accessible by the average user that is just printing every now and then. I believe Fiery VUE will definitely revolutionize the way of printing by, again, giving the customer a clear preview of what the final print result is that he or she can pick up from the print engine.
I have this paradigm that I like with using tools from Apple. And like iTunes, for example, where you have this really cool kind of UI that lets you take you through an experience. And what I was most surprised about with VUE was that those same tools that I've come to love, even on the Mac, were found in VUE. And the applications are awesome. So I was surprised on how easy it was to use. I was surprised about how intuitive it was compared to an environment that I'm already enjoying and liking. And the fact that I'm doing it in the office makes it all the better. So it was really great.
It's really the first application that takes the print driver and makes it a visual print driver. It gives the user the ability to see what they're going to print, what they're going to create before they ever hit the print button.
Today, people print by going to File, Print. Maybe they change the number of copies on the dialog box, and if they're a very sophisticated end user, they might choose duplex, maybe a staple. What you have is a trend in the office where there's more and more what's called finishing capabilities, or the abilities to make booklets, the abilities to make bound documents, the ability to have your book cut and various custom sizes. And all of this produces a much more sophisticated and professional looking document. Fiery VUE is going to change the way that people print because all of these capabilities will now be in their hands, as opposed to having to call up the print shop or even to outsource for this type of material. They're going to be able to get very professional print jobs right from their own desk.